FM 97.3, the station that plays every song you know, in conjunction with Nairametrics.
Don't forget, it's 100% interactive. You can be a part of this. We're at Classic FM 973 on Twitter. Use the hashtag Business Half Hour BHH 0909 217 WhatsApp. If you fancy using an SMS, 33973. I am Ifeanyi Atama.
My name is Bukola, and we have a guest with us this morning. His name is Tosin Osibodu. He works with Chaka. Well, there's a lot we get to know in the course of the show, actually. So, good morning, and we have Ugo. Yes, Nairametrics representing as usual. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Good morning, Lagos. How are you guys doing?
Great.
All right. Good. So, Lagos, good morning. Once again, we're back another week. If you were one of those who celebrated yesterday, congratulations to you. For those of us who were on the sidelines watching, somebody was saying football has changed now. It's now like gra stuff, not the usual silky style football. But on this show, still the same smooth, silky show. We bring you amazing guests, people who run startups, and then grow them into amazing SME companies throughout Nigeria, projecting to the world. So on today's show, we're pretty excited. We have another guest. By the way, you can log on to this show if you want to be a part of it. Just go to Nairametrics Twitter handle, or if you are in any of our WhatsApp or Telegram channels, you can get the link there. Log on, and you're right with us in this show. You can just see us live in the studio. You can see Bukola, Ifeanyi, and me right here talking to our special guest, Tosin. So, as we usually like to start this show, Tosin, tell Lagos who you are and what you actually do.
Thanks for the intro, Ugo. Yeah, so my name is Tosin. I'm the CEO of Chaka. At Chaka, we enable Nigerian and African individuals and companies as well to invest globally. So personally, I'm a systems engineer by training, also a stockbroker. And so this is a bridging of two worlds, and really excited to be here.
Fantastic. A lot of people don't seem to realize that there's an interconnect between software engineering and the stock market these days. And that interconnect is speed of trading. So you got to be able to trade faster. So I'm reading your profile and I'm saying, wait a minute. What you're doing basically is you facilitate investments between for Nigerians looking to invest abroad, whether it's the stock market or where. That's it in simple English, right?
That's one of the main things we do. We do that. We also facilitate investments for Nigerians who want to invest in the Nigerian stock market, as well as diasporans abroad who want to invest in local assets as well. So we really just view what we do as how can we lower the barriers to investing, and obviously global investing is a headline, but local investing is super important too.
How did you start up with this business? What was the inspiration behind it? How did you see a gap somewhere or something?
It was less out of opportunistic thinking, and to be honest, it came more of a long-term passion that turned into something. For the last 10 years plus, I've been super passionate about the markets. But it's just like those days of when PayPal couldn't operate in Nigeria. You just never thought, well, yeah, it's just not for us here in Nigeria. It's just we'll play the fantasy stock market, we'll watch the news, we'll imagine what we'd do if we had that portfolio, but we wouldn't be able to actually take the action and act. And so.
Hello, Tosin.
Please, we're little and we used to pay that.
What happened?
I tell you.
So, looks like Tosin froze technology for you, but I'm sure he'll be back on.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, Ugo.
Oh, okay. Tosin just went off.
Tosin froze. You were explaining during the course of the show that there's this interconnectivity between being a system software and also stockbroking. It's quite interesting for me.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Got you back.
Sorry. Yes. And so, long story short, it's a passion I've had for a long time. It wasn't possible to do before. It's a dream to be able to enable this for myself, and then seeing the massive need, not just for individuals, but really for our institutions, for our companies. Really, everyone can participate and benefit from global investing. But really, it's personal passion that spawned into more.
All right, tell us a bit about Chaka and how it actually serves the market needs. Everybody says the world has become a global village. So how does it really help in all of this?
Absolutely. That's a great question. Like when you look at it from an individual's point of view, when you're making your saving and your investment decisions, you want to know that in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years, that you've tended to be on the right track. You don't want to be too worried that the way you're investing isn't working. Well, by just having global diversification, by being able to know you're invested, of course, in your home market, whether it's Nigeria or if you live somewhere else, the US market, the UK market, the Asian market, really to be able to be diversified in all these assets from around the world. Things are never down everywhere at the same time, even in COVID times. So it's always possible to be diversified and move your assets and move your investments to places that are better performing. Over the long term, that has a really big impact. And so we offer that directly through to customers who come to our website, chaka.ng, or download us, Chaka, on the App Store. But we also enable this for other businesses so that they can do this for their customers, as well as protect their own assets from depreciation, devaluation, over the long term. What's very key to say is that we're still very bullish on Nigeria, long-term bullish on Nigeria. It's just smart. It's just smart to take great returns now and still reinvest them here as businesses and as individuals.
Are competitive to invest?
Well, it goes in cycles, right? There was 2008 for the US market as well. So having more options and seeing, well, this one is up, this one is down, let me go where it's up, or let me focus my investments where it's up. Let me have a strategy. And we enable this. We have webinars every Friday. Bo, a co-founder who's a wealth manager and portfolio specialist and previously worked with Barclays and HSBC. He's been doing this for some of the richest people in the world. And he always says this: there's nothing that is that different about techniques for them than about for everyone else. So just sharing that knowledge and letting people know that you can invest this way. And it's not unpatriotic to Nigeria or anything like that. You can use those benefits to help the Nigerian economy as well.
All right.
So
clearly,
go on, if I.
Clearly, you're not alone in this field. But you have others who are keeping you on your toes. Who are your competitors, local and international?
That's a great question. So we have to view things a little bit differently. Every investment intermediary, whether it's an upstart or whether it's Stand Charts or Renaissance Capital, the services, all sorts of different markets. Anyone who enables investing and enables global investing is a potential. You can call them a competitor, but you can also call them a potential collaborator. So we're really excited to be able to help people who want to offer this to their customers. So we really view as how can we expand this market? And we're happy that there are others who expand this market too, because the real competition is against lack of information, or let's just call it lack of awareness or education on the matter, and lack of trust. And the more of us who can do this in a high trust way, in a way that service customers the way they want to be serviced, the better it is in the long term. There's no market where this is a winner take all. There's none in the world. So,
you have customers.
Sorry?
I said you have your customers that you serve, and you know that they appreciate what you do.
Exactly.
Not one person can take the whole market.
Exactly. And it's from a customer perspective. The world is always better when you view from a customer perspective. So I guess the question is, over time, customers should get better and better offers and services and more power with more people trying to service them. And you just have to do a good enough job to survive and thrive. And that's a good rule in the world, I think. Yeah.
All right. So sticking with this market need question, right? So if I hear you clearly, your application allows anyone who's got it to invest, not just in the US market, but also in Nigerian market, right? So can I invest in the stock market using your application?
Absolutely, yeah. And we've got one of the lowest commission fees in the market at 0.5%. And so what we've seen, which is tremendous interest from people who have never invested before, coming in because of global investing, figuring out, well, I'm more comfortable buying GT Bank now before they go ahead to buy global. And that's perfectly fine. We also have people who come straight away for global investing. And we also see Nigerians based, whether it's in Ukraine, Canada, America, Europe, seeing this as an easy digital opportunity to be able to invest back in Nigeria. So we're very excited about that.
People are losing money invested in Nigeria. So like people don't want to invest in Nigerian stocks. People are like, I'm losing a lot of money. How do you cope with all that?
Yeah, and and that's why global investing is there too. As we said, the market's never down everywhere, and you have to just look at the horizon and the time frame. Whenever there's blood in the streets, it's a buyer's opportunity for a long-term win. So there's someone right now who's coming in and who's going to make money in the Nigerian market too. But absolutely, the global market is so vast, so big, and it always has amazing assets on offer. You always want to look global. And see all the opportunities out there in the world. We have 40 plus countries on our platform. And so whether it's India, right? Like right now you look at, you might look at America, but India's on a tear. It's having its own China story. Well, you can invest in that, right? So we really look at how can we cover the whole picture. But we definitely don't want to say that Nigeria is not the place. I'm still very bullish in Nigeria.
Bullish here.
Yeah, and I believe helping to offer more options will only help the Nigerian market get better.
All right, we're going to go on break soon, but before that, let me ask you this question. I heard you talk about commission and fees, and people who are listening now are wondering, okay, so this guy offers an app where you can buy stocks anywhere in the world, US, even in Nigeria, or even general investments, right? So how does it make money out of this? We like to follow that story as well. So what's the money play here for you?
Yeah, it's a standard thing. Yeah, there are commission fees for every time you do execute a trade. We try to make sure that it's extremely affordable, and for the kind of investor you are, it's still relevant. And so even if you're coming in with $100, the fees are still very, very, very small for global investing, and same for local. If you scale up, we have customers who are in the tens of thousands of dollars, and yeah, they also pay fees as well. So you understand that when you look at everything together, when you're looking at other options or global, like actually taking your money offshore, besides the lack of accountability, there's all the wire costs and transfer costs that you incur. There's so much lack of accountability in someone else in another country managing your money without accountability, that we just believe it's a better offer at home. It can be priced more transparently, and we still get to interact with regulators and make sure it fits their agenda.
All right, so basically fees and commission then. In this world where you have the likes of Robinhood not charging fees and commission, that's kind of like disrupting the model, isn't it?
Well, here's what a lot of people don't know about Robinhood, and any investor who puts more than $1,000 or $10,000 learns real fast. They don't charge fees openly, but they do. They have, it's called a bid-ask spread. If you go to buy Apple at whatever price it's at, $200, I think it might be something different than that, but $200. When you get on Robinhood, you're not getting the best price when you're buying or selling. That's a hidden fee. But anyway, these are technicalities. We understand the appeal of free.
So that people can understand.
Yeah, we understand the appeal of free, and we're just more focused on let's make sure there's a transparent offer, and over time we'll keep trying to make it more with the barriers to trading lower. But we also believe like global investing is very affordable, and traders, yes, we love traders, but there are a lot of people who are in it for the long term. And so, commission free encourages fast trading, and that's great, but it's still a great offer for people who want to invest long term. And for traders as well, it's still very much, you're going to get the best price and a lot of transparency while you're executing. No funny games.
Right.
When you offer free, you can always play funny games.
I know. Ifeanyi, over to you.
Sure. We'll take a short break now. When we come back, we'll take in the second part of the show. Be back in a moment. Shalimar with Over and Over. All right, welcome back to Business Half Hour on Classic FM 97.3 station. It plays every song brought to you in collaboration with Nairametrics. I am Ifeanyi Atama.
My name is Bukola. We have Tosin Osibodu in the studio with us from Chaka. You know that when I hear Chaka, I remember Chaka Zoo.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Sounds like it has this African ring to it. So Lagos, welcome back to the show. If you're just joining in, you've missed out the first 15 minutes, but not to worry. You can always connect back on the show via our podcast. We have the podcast on later during the week. And if you have time, you can join our link session. Just go to your social media page, go to Nairametrics page, and then you see the link up there, and then click on it, and you just join us live on this show. So we're back to you, Tosin. As usual on the show, we like to kind of connect better, like with how this all, sort of formed, like your founder? What happened? Did you just wake up and just say, I'm going into this kind of business? Or was there an aha moment? Like, tell us a little bit of that backstory. Let's feel it.
Yeah, it was a long build. It was a long build. You know, it's a passion I've had for a long time, like 10 plus years. And I came from trading side. So I'm an systems engineer. So I used to build trading bots. And so you really get to understand the market in all sorts of interesting ways. But I was never the core finance guy, always from the technology side and hobby side. And co-founder Bo.
Looks like Tosin's freezing.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me, but you can't see me.
I can see you. I don't know whether it's from Uber's end.
Yeah, we can see you clearly.
Okay. And my co-founder Bo is somebody I've known literally all my life, minus 2 months. He's my cousin and we're the same age. And he's been
go on, Tosin.
Yeah, he's been in the financial markets as I mentioned, working at Barclays HSBC, the wealth manager and portfolio specialist. And so over the years, and he's let's just call it the responsible investor who you should actually give your money to. I'm the one who tries to get you the extra returns, but he'll give you the base. And so over the years, we've just been talking about digital investing, looking at the wave, and how great it would be to be able to have this just as a baseline across for everyone in Nigeria and generally across Africa. And it was that passion, just us having those conversations and finding an opportunity that made sense once it came along to jump in. So we're really passionate, not just about global investing, but about really making investment more accessible for businesses and individuals here in general. Global investing, let's just call it the killer app, but you know, we're looking at how many other things can we help people invest in? How many other solutions can we have for global investing? So it's that passion that brought it out, but it's backed by our relationship. CTO Laulu, somebody I've known for 10 plus years since InterSwitch 2. So the bedrock of our business is really long lasting relationships. We all trust in each other. We don't doubt that everybody's coming in to like do a great job and build something long term, because we didn't meet each other yesterday. We know each other for a long time and we have high standards among each other.
And that's pretty important when you're starting a business, though. You got to just have that strong connect between your partners, especially when it's the kind of connect that transcends time. People that you've known for a long time, you know, they know how you work and they know, you know, you guys have the synergy. It really matters, doesn't it?
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, and it's trust, right? You know, it's doubly important. Starting any company, you need to have trust among the people you work with and know that everyone is trying for the same mission. And it's even better and even more important, we're in a trust business. So to know that you really trust people to do the right things and to really stand up for the customer and to try and service the customer. And so I think we're lucky in that we all found each other and at this time to be able to do this, because that's an aspect of the business and our partnership that we don't need to question or look too deep on. We absolutely trust each other. And so we're able to build on that. And I would recommend for anyone who's going to start business, you don't always have the opportunity to just have a you know, someone you've known for 30 plus years and someone you've known for 10 plus years. But I would advise you to try and seek it. You know, it makes a difference.
All right, Tosin, my question is, I guess you were away for a while from the country before you got back to start up a business.
Mm-hmm.
What you hear of the time is the environment isn't friendly. A lot of people want to start up a business, and coming back, did you get the discouragement of, what are you coming back to do in the country? Because everybody says everybody thinks it's tough here to get started. So what was your own experience? Did you have that fear, and how did you get over that, you know, to just say to yourself, let's get this done?
Sure. No, you know, I think whenever you're making a big move, especially from a country that's baseline wealthy to Nigeria, it's very different. And I think you just have to ask yourself why you're moving and what you're looking to do. And I've always felt it. You know, I'm privileged. I'm not gonna say I'm not. So I've felt that, you know, to not would be like just imbalancing the whole thing. So I've always felt I had to come back and try and build something, or at least contribute in a meaningful way. So for a personal benefit point of view, it's just a different equation, right? If you would rather have a stable, if you're, and by the way, if you're also like a high skilled professional and like say you're a doctor, you know, I'm sure Nigeria needs you for sure, but we completely understand because of just the realities. So if you're high skill and you want to have that stability, then maybe the equation in Nigeria is not for you. But I think if you're looking to build something that could be lasting for decades, even more, I think that opportunity in Nigeria is unique for a lot of people. And it's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy, but that's kind of like the trade-off, right? As in, if it was easy, everyone would do it. So I guess.
Yeah. What challenges did you face? What particular challenges did you face?
Yeah, I think main challenges at first, you know, whether it's resources, bootstrapping everything together, as well as recruiting the right team, figuring out exactly what to build and how to build it. Those were the main challenges to start with, and then doing that in an environment, obviously, FX-wise, where things were dancing a bit, and you had to have relationships with banks, have relationship with liquidity providers, and make sure that not everything goes smoothly. So just the operations of getting all that stood up in this environment, you know, wasn't so easy, but you know, the team was really, really, really good in persevering through that. I would say that like moving forward though, main challenges are more, you know, beating your own expectations or your own settings. We're in a business where trust is super important. Delivering every day is super important. So showing up every day is super important. You don't get to rely on the wins of yesterday in our business. We have to show up every day. And I think that the mindset and building yourself to do that, and every single person at the company is in a version of that. I think that's probably the biggest challenge, but I think it's exciting for all of us.
All right, let's
interesting stuff
from the participants.
Go on, Bukola.
Okay, we're taking the questions now from the participants from Zoom. It says, what is the process of buying foreign stocks through your platform?
That's a great question.
Also, another follow-up question from the participant. How do I get dividend?
Great question. So I would say right now it's 8:30 a.m. You know, right now you can just go there. You can go to chaka.ng or download our app and fill out your verification. You just enter your name, some other details. We do have to ask for your BVN because this is a regulated offering. That's what allows us to say that this ownership is yours. And when we have to report it to authorities, they can say this ownership is yours. So it's very important. So you just go through that quick process. You'll be approved today. And if you fund today, you'll be able to trade today. So it's really quite that simple. Like by 2:30 p.m., the global markets are open and you'll be ready to go. In terms of, I think the second question was about dividends. It's different for foreign and local. Everyone knows for local, you have to go through that registrar process, and that is what it is. It will end up directly in your account, though, your bank account for local. But for foreign, it's really easy. You buy the stock, you get the notices about the dividend coming, and it shows up in your wallet. And so you don't need to file for anything. It's automatic.
Yeah. So what's the minimum investment?
So we don't really have a minimum investment. You can come with $10 or $50, but we do have customers who come with thousands and tens of thousands of dollars. So, you know, we enable as many people to come directly, but you know, we really believe that if you're young and early and really passionate, and you just started investing, you shouldn't be limited by the entry price. So you can still
and you can invest in Naira too, can't you?
And you can invest in Naira, exactly. You can invest in Naira, yeah. All
right, guys, we're at probably like at the last second of the show. We've basically gone past time. Tosin, was amazing speaking to you. But as usual, towards the end of the show, we like to just hear a soundbite from you. What is that watchword that kind of guides you, that thing that you and your partner or just you alone just say maybe when you're jogging or when you're waking up? What's that thing that's kind of like drives you every morning so that we can close the show?
Well,
tell Lagos.
You know, a lot of people have a lot of ideas, and I'll count myself in that. But you know, and I'm going to be cliche. It is Steve Jobs. He has this saying, "Real artists ship," and that has a way of just cutting out any, you know, upon all everything. What have you actually put out? You know, so exactly. that helps to drive us and drives me. Yeah. So I'll say that's the one.
Real artist ship.
Real artist ship. No matter how good you are painting that painting, if you don't put it out in the world, no one sees it.
No one sees it. Lagos, yeah. Bukola, Ifeanyi, that's our show for this week.
Awesome. Great to meet you guys and lovely connecting with you.
Thanks, Tosin.
Have a great day ahead. TCMS.
All right, same to you.
In a few days.
All right, guys. Well
All
done.
right, nice one, Adetayo.
Well done. We'll be
Thanks
checking out now.
Great too. And follow-up opportunities always game. So you know where to reach me. But thank you guys. It's been lovely, and you guys have a great day. Yeah.
All right, then.
Thank you so much, Tosin.
All right.
Thank you so much.